Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another review and I'm super excited. This one is on the Maybelline Fit Me. This one is in the matte and poreless and I have never tried this before despite it being on the market for a while. So if you want to know what I thought of this foundation, keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this a thumbs up if you haven't already. And stay tuned for my thoughts on this foundation. Alright, so let's jump in and have a look at the foundation. I'm just on the Maybelline website and I'm just reading about it here. The first thing I have to say is the shade range in Australia in the drugstore is awful. Absolutely awful. Like, there were literally hardly any colours to choose from. I just think that the shade range in store of where I live is so bad. But I'm having a look on their website and they actually have a lot of shades. So I'll just show you guys here, but they have all of these. So yeah, obviously I haven't seen those shades in person, so I can't say like what they're actually like, but it's good that they have 40 shades. That is like a good range, but from what I've seen in store, the people living here in Australia, there's definitely not a good selection. So I have had to choose two different shades to mix. I think I've got maybe one of the lightest shades. This one is 1110 in porcelain, and then I've got 220 in natural beige. I'm gonna mix them together so that I can always just match them to the shade that I need. Hopefully they mix to be like an okay colour for me. But just having a look at what the foundation is supposed to be, it says it is a poreless foundation face makeup, and this is obviously the matte one, so they do make one for dewy skin as well. But this one is lightweight, it mattifies and refines pores and leaves a natural seamless finish. It says it is ideal for normal to oily skin, an exclusive matte foundation formula featuring micro powders to control shine and blur pores. And it says to apply onto skin and blend with fingertips or an applicator. Don't know how I feel about that. It's always so weird when foundations say to blend with your fingers, because a small percentage of people like to blend foundation with their fingers, so it's interesting that they say to do that. Alright, so I'm going to get into it now. I am not biased about this because I actually haven't watched any reviews. Obviously it has been out for a while, so I have heard people say like here and there that they like it, but I am going to go in completely unknown to what this foundation is like, even though it's been around for some time now. I think I'm going to use half beauty blender, half brush, because I don't think anyone's going to use their fingers, so if I do that it's just pointless. And I'm going to pop some on the back of my hand. It didn't really say how many pumps you need. I'm just going to have a look if it does on the back. Nope, so it doesn't say like how much you need to use. I'm just gonna use roughly what I would use for other foundations and go from there. And popping a bit of the natural beige in there. It does have a quite thick consistency actually. Okay, let's test this one. Alright, I'm just gonna roll with it now, so I think that should be fine. I'm going to use my beauty blender on this side of my face, so I'm going to do that first. Wow, coverage is pretty good already. Okay, so I'm kind of impressed. It reminds me a lot of the L'Oreal True Match, which is a foundation that I use all the time. Yeah, I'm impressed. This has a very similar kind of coverage and feel if you've ever used that before. I will say it's definitely a medium coverage. I will test out if it's buildable, but it's not full coverage because I can still see like my freckles. I can still see like a bit of colour through there, which is nice because if you want to wear this every day, you don't want something that's going to absolutely cover up everything. So I think this is like a good level. It definitely is quite matte, but obviously that's expected because it is called matte and poreless. It's supposed to be a matte foundation. Now I'm going to go in with my brush and I'll do this side of my face. I usually find with drugstore foundations like they don't work well with a brush, so we'll see what this is like. Yeah, already I'm getting so much less coverage on the side with the brush, which I feel like often that's the other way around. Like, you get more coverage with the brush because it absorbs less product than the sponge. The finish is also quite different on the side with my brush. That's weird. Okay, so that is both sides done. I don't think you can see like a huge difference on camera, but with the Beauty Blender side, I definitely prefer it. I just think it applied the product a lot better, and I found that I got more coverage rather than using the brush. I also feel like on this side with the brush, I have more texture, so over my pores or any like bumps, I can kind of see them emphasized more. Whereas on this side, I feel like it's melted the product more into my skin. I don't know, I just feel like this has emphasized things I don't like on my skin, and I probably wouldn't use a brush with this foundation. So that being said, I'm now going to go over and use my Beauty Blender just on the rest of my face to build up some coverage and see what it's like. I'm going to go over both sides because I feel like I've done the test now to see what it's like with the brush, and I don't like it. So I'm just going to go in and build up the coverage and see what it looks like. Wow, okay, that builds up to look very flawless. Oh, sorry if there's like a weird noise. It's just started raining and I don't know if my mic is gonna pick it up really bad. Damn, I'm actually like super impressed, because even though this foundation is quite matte, it still has a really nice shine to it. Like, I hate matte foundations where when you look at your skin it's just completely flat and has almost like a powdery appearance. But this is like, I don't know, yeah, you can kind of see like the light is still reflecting off of it. It still almost has like a glow to it. And it's definitely building up nicely. Okay, so foundation is done. I am really loving it so far. I think it's definitely buildable. I don't know if it's like a full coverage even though I've built it up, but yeah, I think it's medium to buildable coverage for sure. I'm now going to use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm just going to see how this blends onto the foundation. I have to say, the lighting that I'm filming with these days is just making me look really weird. Okay, definitely passing the concealer test. It looks perfect. Like, it's honestly blending out fine. I do have some foundations where I've done this and it's literally like, as I blend out the concealer, it's like taken off all the product underneath it. It's super weird. So whenever I test this out, I'm like, oh, I'm sure it's going to be fine. But then I remember there are some situations where it hasn't turned out fine. But this is looking great so far. I'm really, really liking this. I can't believe I haven't tried it out before now I'm thinking about it. Like, I feel like there's some people who've been wearing this for a really long time. And it's actually a really great foundation. Alright, everything is blended out, everything looks perfect. I'm going to go and finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll be back to show you guys what it looks like and how everything went when I layered it on top of my skin. Okay, so I'm back having done all my makeup, and honestly, like, I'm just so impressed with it. I can't believe I haven't seen or used this foundation in the past. I just feel like it looks so flawless on. It makes your skin look amazing, and it is honestly like better than some of my high-end foundations. Like, I would buy this over some of the more expensive ones any day. This could literally be a really expensive foundation. And I just wanted to say that it retails for $7.99 if you are an American customer, and you can get it for $13 in Australia. So that is like so affordable, and for that price it's such a good foundation. But so far I'm so impressed. So I didn't set my face a lot. You don't need a lot of powder with this foundation because it is so matte. But I just did under my eyes and then a tiny bit in my T-zone, and it kind of sets itself, which I actually really liked. It's been the longest time since I've worn red lipstick. I don't know how I'm feeling about it, but here we are. Anyway, I am going to do a wear test, so I'm going to come back in about 6 hours or so. I'll let you guys know how it's gone throughout the day. Hopefully it doesn't let me down from here. I hope it stays on really well. So I will check in and I will be back. Alright, so just checking in now. I have been wearing this all day, and wow, I have to say it's definitely done really, really well. So I haven't put it to an easy test either because it has been incredibly hot today. I have been sweating a lot, being indoors and like filming videos and stuff, so it has been put to the test under like sweating and the heat and everything. I've also been out to the shops. I've worn a hat, which makeup doesn't always you know, stay on very well with. So I have to say I'm super impressed, and this currently is probably one of my favorites that I've ever tried. Around my nose, I will just get the camera to focus. So around my nose I have got a bit of oiliness there, but compared to what I get with other foundations, that is so minimal. Like, that is absolutely tiny, and I haven't touched this up at all. I do usually get pretty oily around my nose after wearing foundation for hours, but this is like super minimal. But I thought I'd bring it up. It hasn't gone patchy anywhere, it hasn't really oxidized. But yeah, I'm honestly super impressed. This foundation has done amazing. I would probably wear this on a night out, to be honest, and it's definitely looking pretty full coverage with all my like powder and everything on top. As I was saying before, I didn't even really powder it, so it's done amazing at staying on. But yeah, I think this has done a really good job, and it is looking really flawless. So that is my full review on this foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Please comment below what you thought. Let me know if you want to see any more reviews or what you want to see them on. And I will see you guys next time.